this place has like Alcoholics Anonymous vibes, but like clearly not. It's like it's alcoholics, rocks. Rocks and low alcohol.
So I recently performed comedy at a anti-vaccination house party. Full disclosure, I'm vaccinated, even though like I don't need to tell you anybody whatever I am, but I am vaccinated. It's a very sensitive subject and people go crazy and they get mad, saying that if I performed at an anti-vaccination like house party and people might be like, what the hell, you're part of the problem, whatever. I'm just saying I'm vaccinated. So basically in Canada, what we have are these mandates, right? Where people have to get vaccinated in order to go to non-essential like businesses or events or like movie theaters, gyms, bars, restaurants, any sporting event, things like that. You need to be vaccinated and have a vaccine passport in order to go to these places, right? Vaccine mandate, whatever. I'm a little iffy on that, but I'm a comedian and I need to perform, right? So I got vaccinated because I fucking need to do comedy, and so I got vaccinated. I didn't really, whatever, it's fine, I don't give a fuck. But I know a bunch of people who aren't vaccinated and they chose not to get vaccinated. They have their reasons, whatever, and they've withdrawn basically from society. Basically I've never seen them again, and there's some comedians I know that aren't vaccinated, and they basically for the most part disappear from the comedy scene, except for a few. You don't really need to be vaccinated in order to perform at comedy shows, but there's some comedy rooms that are like super paranoid and whatever, cautious, so they decided to scan the comedians. I'm like, whatever. Saturday night, I'm not doing anything at all. I kind of wanted to do a comedy show, but I wasn't booked on anything. I get a text from my friend, really nice, cool dude. I'm not gonna name any names because this is all secretive. And he says, hey, do you want to do a show? It's paid. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, sure, yeah. It's in a place that I've never been before. It was pretty late. I think it was around like 10ish when I arrived, and it's just a guy's house. It's like in this medium-sized loft, and it was filled with people, all ages, like young, old, super old, fucking weird-looking, scary guy. Basically, everybody looks like Dale Gribble from King of the Hill. Like all these paranoid guys. Everyone's wearing like sunglasses indoors, and I'm like, this is the weirdest fucking room ever. Where the hell am I? And I go in, and everyone's like having a great time. Everyone seems like super friendly, and I'm like, cool. Or maybe I don't know. I don't know if they seem super friendly. That's what I say now, because they were super friendly. I was to find out. The guy, the few people who run the place, they say, hey, nice to meet you. Who are you here with? I tell them who I'm here with, and they're like, great, come in, grab a beer, do whatever you want. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm drinking some beer. I see my friend, and I'm like, hey, what the hell is this fucking place? What the fuck is going on? It's like a big room with like a long carpet with like a microphone on it and like a big keyboard and instruments, and everyone's partying. He said basically this place is for people who have decided not to get vaccinated but want to continue socializing in groups and have a great time. So a few friends got together and decided to put their money together and rent an apartment space. And I'm like, that's really interesting. See, that's something that makes sense, They have like a movie night, they have like music shows. Eventually they want to start a comedy show, and I'm like, that's cool. So they're testing it out and they're booking comedians and stuff, and I'm thinking like, okay, are there any other comedians here? And my friend's like, nah, just me and you, man. Like the other comic couldn't make it, so it's just me and you. And I'm like, okay. So my friend goes on. He has a great set because he's like, I guess like he's performed for them already, so he kind of knows like what like topics to hit. Like he's shitting on Justin Trudeau. He's shitting on all these vaccine mandate sort of people in politics, and everyone's like, yeah, fuck that person, yeah, fuck Justin Trudeau, and they're clanging their beers and they're having a great time. I'm like, this is fucking wild, man. I go on and I have a pretty wild set, like material's definitely not working, so I'm just talking trash, making fun of crazy shit. Arnie, man, shut up.
His friend was half Greek, half Italian. He was pretty fucking arrogant.
Father? Father, is it you? Oh my god.
And I'm like, hey, who am I to stop these people from enjoying their lives, At this point, like, fucking 99.8% of people are completely vaccinated. For all I care, coronavirus is fucking finished. I'm vaccinated. I'm not getting sick. I'm fucking young. I'm not overweight. I don't smoke. I'm done, basically. So I can enjoy every part of my life. You know, I'm like, I don't need to feel guilty that I hung out with a bunch of these like people, you know? They're people too.
People forget that people are people. People are people.
You guys all look like the townfolk from Hyrule. Look like, don't you? Like you look like you run a milk bar somewhere. Like, hey, I got milk and I got 2% milk and 3% milk. 3%.
So I get off stage. It's not really stage, it's more like a carpet. I get off a carpet. This guy who runs the place, he's like, hey, that was awesome. Thank you so much. And everybody who was watching it was like so fucking grateful and happy. And I speak to one of the dudes that run the place, and he's like super cool. He basically like was breaking down what this place was. He's like, basically, we made this decision, and they're sticking with it. They're fine with it, and they're gonna go the long haul. They're taking the consequences, and basically they don't agree with whatever's going on with the government. And I'm like, all right, that's fair enough, man. You don't agree. So we decided to say fuck it. Like they can't like stop us from fucking hanging out and shit, you know? Fucking Ricky Martin and whatever his name is, Enrique Iglesias, can like sell out a fucking packed arena in our hometown, but like people can't have a fucking house party, dude. Whatever. I'm not like swinging one way or the other. I'm not saying who's right or who's wrong, you know. I'm taking this boring route of saying I had a pretty good time, you know. At first I was a little uneasy. Everyone seemed a little different, not necessarily people that I would spend a Saturday evening with, you know. Not because of them, it's because of my preconceived thoughts of like what type of people these are, you know, how they portray them and like on TV and stuff. So I'm like kind of like nervous. But as like the night went on, I just hung out. They offered I could have as much beer as I want. They're cool, you know. And I was like, hell yeah, man, fucking have a good time, guys. I'm not gonna ruin your party at all, and I hope to perform there again, you know. Pretty good audience. That was my lunchtime talk. Hope you enjoyed it, and take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Okay, missed you. Bye.